If you haven't seen the movie Bullet Train, directed by David Leitch, it's an action, comedy, crime fiction thriller that plays on the assassin genre based on a book called Mariah Beetle. It takes place in modern day Tokyo, Japan, aboard a Japanese bullet train on a trip from Tokyo to Kyoto.
You don't remember me.
You look like every white homeless man I've ever seen.
Some of the flashback scenes that help build up the story and change the scenery take us to Mexico and South Africa, but 90% of the movie takes place on one train. Like they said, each car is unique and serves its own purpose. The quiet car, the diner car, bathrooms, business class, kitchen/storage area, the controls, and the momanga car.
There's a first class train, and then there's a momomon train, and then there's the economy train, and then there's the train with all the bodies, so it's like, it's really interesting how every day you walk on set, it's a completely different environment.
All right, buddy.
When your entire film takes place on one train, the actors can only do so much before we start getting bored of the location's confined space and looks. That is why the production designer, David Schoeneman, had to make sure the train's cars fit the feel and the mood of the film. Cinematically interesting, saturated, and overall just fun.
Get in a train movie and it's like 2 hours in a tube, and like no matter how cool we make the train cars, and we had fun environments in the train cars.
Schoeneman has a background in architecture, but with this film, he wasn't looking to recreate reality. He dramatized the glossy and flashy look of the bullet train instead of replicating one that you would see in real life. However, when it comes to the props and the set design, an unnamed Japanese shopper was hired to assist the set dresser Elizabeth Keenan. Everything you see in the station and on the train cars, from the magazines, the food, and the drinks, are genuine products that were shipped in from Japan. The film used 3 sound stages. One that held the main train cars, which were all individually connected sets that could be rearranged if they needed to. Another lot with an interior/exterior train attached to a station that could also be redressed every time the train stopped at a different city. And a third one for just some of the flashback scenes. So if the train is in a soundstage, how is it made to look like it's moving? If you guessed a simple old blue or green screen, you would be completely wrong.
We had these giant, the length of 2-3 train cars?
Yeah.
These giant video walls on both sides of the train that they could plug into any part of the journey in the background, so you would see that in the windows.
The company DNEG supplied 2 98-inch LED screens that were planted on either side of the train. These screens allowed the VFX team to easily display the required environment outside and at the same time help cast the appropriate lighting on the actors inside the train.
We felt like we were moving to the point that some crew could not even, they got motion sickness. And we're standing still.
Other than the intense purple, blue, and green lighting used in the downtown Tokyo scene and the momanga car, the lighting remained pretty warm and balanced throughout. The coloration of the light stays consistent enough as to not be jarring as we swap between characters, but also different enough that it helps inform you of which car the characters are in and at what time.
Really?
Simon, I remember Johannesburg.
Not a bit?
I remember you now.
You shot me.
I shoot a lot of people.
Twice.
I should have done a third.
Speaking of the actors, let's get started on the wardrobe and the art design. First, Brad Pitt's character, whose name is Ladybug. Brad Pitt actually helped design this character's costume, and some of the jewelry is out of his own closet. He also helped design the costume and its overall look and colors. The Hollywood Reporter said it was like linking a thread between the character and the actor. His style became on a dock retired workwear, hence the bucket hat, the baggy clothes, and the earth tones. This fits the character's vibe because of his laid-back personality. Moving on to Lemon and Tangerine, who are my 2 favorite characters in this film. They are unbelievably funny, man. My 2 favorite characters, Lemon and Tangerine, they are brothers, they are strictly professionals, and they dress in nice suits with matching coats. Similar but not exactly the same as to differentiate themselves. The film's costume designer, Sarah Evelyn, told The Art of Costume that Lemon was designed after Tangerine, and as brothers they should look similar but still different enough. One of the main story points in the film is that Lemon is a big fan of Thomas the Tank Engine, so his character dresses accordingly and has a nod to a conductor with red suspenders and appears more youthful while also nodding to the whole train obsession. Next, let's move on to Tangerine.
Fucking paranoid, this lot.
I'm going to read a small snippet of a full article on this character's costume, and mind you, this website did one for every single character in this film. Sharpness to match the name. The British assassin dons a blue pinstripe three-piece suit and wears it with a light blue shirt underneath, finished with a contrasting white or cream collar to show he means business. The jacket is designed with a 2-button front and peak lapels that include a lapel buttonhole on the one side. The shoulders are padded and create a strong tailored line that really enhance the business acumen a pinstripe suit traditionally delivers. 2 flat pockets feature at the bottom, whilst the chest well pocket is styled with a white pocket square. The waistcoat is also a single-breasted cut with a 5-button front and a tall single jet pockets near the bottom. The notch hem is wide and the neckline is without lapels, so it's not distracted from the navy with yellow print tie. The trousers include belt adjusters on the waistband and tailored with a subtle center crease leading down the hem. He wears a suit. He just wears a suit. Next is the Wolf, who's a minor antagonist, a Mexican gangster whose wife was killed by the character the Hornet. So he wears a red wedding suit with flowers and blood, the same one that he wore the night he lost his wife.
Dude, I don't even know you!
Moving on to the Prince, daughter of the White Death. The Prince wears a pink coat, pink button-up, red tie, pink sweater vest, and a red skirt. She's playing on the whole innocent schoolgirl look, and uses it to trick characters throughout the film to appear as not a threat.
Dude, I know we gotta stay straight.
Next is the Elder, who is an old Yakuza clan member from before the White Death took over and killed his boss. He wears a traditional costume, a nod to a Hayori coat with heritage and specific fabrics. Next is the Hornet, who's another assassin who's disguised multiple times throughout this movie. And throughout the movie, she's technically disguised as 3 different characters. First, she's disguised as a stewardess to blend in with the train and its staff. And next, we learn that she's actually the one wearing the big Momomon suit. Momomon suit, the big cat thing. And we also learn in a flashback scene that she was at the wedding where the Wolf's wife died.
Pastry chef.
Dressed up as another server.
Take that, bitch!
Finally, the White Death, who's the main villain of this film. He's the top assassin, and he's the guy who brought all these individual people together on the train in the first place.
The Japanese underworld used to be ruled by a man named Minagishi. Then out of the blue comes this 6'6" geezer from Russia. Stabbed him in the back. I mean, metaphorically, he blew his fucking brains out, didn't he?
It looks like he had been wealthy and on top of the world at one point, but didn't change since his wife died. Wears a ragged suit, an old crusty jacket, very retro vibe, but still put together enough to appear intimidating.
Just let it go, bro! Do not call me bro! Okay.
There's some more minor stuff on props and weapons, but they aren't that important, and that's about it.
Lovely, honey. Let's go.
How about a wagon wheel? Oh.